Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Her Intuition podcast. I am your host, Talia, and today I am so excited to have you all here experiencing the beginning of this wonderful journey with me. First of all, I'd like to just say that I'm a firm believer in having a safe space to express your inner thoughts and to declutter your mind from all the issues that you might have had throughout the day. I also believe that it's also important to speak about pressing issues that we experience as a community and having a laugh while we're at it. So firstly, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about my podcast and how it came about. Her Intuition podcast was born off of my deep passion for conversation and exploring the way that people think. I personally have always enjoyed talking to people about a variety of different things. Could be anything at all, but I've always enjoyed being able to kind of understand that the way that they think and what life experiences could have encouraged those opinions that they have. You know, when I initially started the podcast, I went through months of battling myself in my head, thinking to myself, will I or won't I, in regards to whether I was actually going to start a podcast. And you know, and it was all simply because I was having doubts about whether I actually had anything of value to say, or if anyone would actually be interested in what I had to say, much less to listen to a 30-minute to an hour podcast. But you know, it is because of those thoughts that I had that I was just getting in my own way the whole time, and you know, I was just prohibiting myself from even making progress because I was so worried about failing. And something that I had to really come to terms with is that in order for you to fail at something, you have to have tried in the first place. You can't fail at something you never tried. So with that in mind, I then put my doubt aside and put my anxiety aside, and I decided to make the necessary moves finally that will help me get the podcast off the floor and just keep trucking forward with it. So with that being said, here I am in all my glory with my seed, and I've now planted it. So I'm so excited for what's going to happen. I plan to explore a multitude of topics revolving around society, personal growth, mindset, and a plethora of other things. Each episode that I provide should consist of story sharing, insightful interviews, and practical ways that we can grow as people, both mentally and emotionally, because we both know those two things come hand in hand. It's always good to develop your mental, and it's always good to take care and to heal your emotional state. So just to point out, I created this podcast to be a safe space for anyone that should interact with us, whether you are a listener or whether you are a guest. This podcast is a place where we like to embrace vulnerability and to celebrate our strengths, and always to support people in this beautiful journey of self-discovery. Because granted, not all the time it can be beautiful. It has a messy side, but I like to believe that it's that messy side, it's that messy journey that kind of gives birth to the beautiful side of your self-discovery and how you come out at the end. So with that being said, I believe that by sharing our stories and by sharing our life experiences and collective wisdom, I will hopefully create a space that nurtures and, you know, uplifts people. But what I would also like to say is just remember that this podcast isn't just here for you to listen to. It's about actively engaging with the content that I provide. So I invite you all to join the conversation. I want you to ask your questions. Your insight and your personal experiences are all very important to me. It's all very valuable to me. So whether you are a curious person or you're someone who's looking for thought-provoking conversation or just here for a laugh, Her Intuition podcast is here to both support and inspire you. I would like to support and inspire all of my viewers into, you know, improving themselves in multiple ways. Therefore, so through our social media platforms, emails, or our interactive episodes, we are here to help people learn from each other and grow from each other continuously throughout each episode. So to all my listeners, the first episode will be out as soon as the end of the week. So please make sure you are all subscribed to all the streaming platforms listed at the end of the video to make sure you are not left out. You don't want to be experiencing FOMO. But just to remind you once again, I'm your host, Talia. Thank you very much for joining me on this very special introduction to Her Intuition podcast. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications for any alerts on the next episode or any future episodes that might be coming. I really do appreciate all of you for coming here today and listening to what I have to say, and I hope I've encouraged you to come back and see what else I might be able to provide for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode. Love you. Bye.